And welcome back to Kidmin Talk. I'm Carl Bastian, aka the Kidologist, coming to you from Kidology.org, where our mission is always to equip and encourage you in your children's ministry. This is episode 167, and what a special episode it is I got the chance to sit down with, okay, it was on Zoom, but I got the chance to sit down and interview a movie star. Who was this movie star? Well, he is the star of a movie called American Underdog. Now, if you haven't heard of this film, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it in a minute, but you can still see it, and you got to see it. It's a wonderful film. It's still in about 2,000 theaters. It's now streaming, and today it came out on DVD. It's one you'll want to have in your collection. Now, who's this movie star? Is it Zachary Levi, who maybe you saw in the Chuck series, or he was Shazam in that cool movie? Was it Anna Paquin? Hope I'm saying that right. She's an Academy Award-winning movie star. Or was it Dennis Quaid? How cool would that be? No. It is Hayden Zaller, who stole the show. He plays the son of Kurt and Brenda Warner, who this movie is all about. So I am so eager to tell you more about Hayden, more about this film, and of course my desire is that you'll go see it, take the whole family. We loved it and we enjoyed it, and I know that you will too. So, what is American Underdog all about? Well, it's based on the inspirational story of Kurt and Brenda Warner. Undrafted as a quarterback out of college, Kurt found himself stocking shelves in a grocery store to support his wife and her two kids, one of whom was blind. That's who Hayden plays. His name was Zack, and his dream of being an NFL quarterback, it was fading. And then through some really cool events, which I'm not going to tell you because I don't do movie spoilers, he finds himself in the NFL. Some really cool things happen. Again, I don't want to spoil it. You got to go. But it's a real life story of an underdog, people not believing in him doubting himself, and then God showing up. And just it's not just a sports film. It's a family film. It's a film about never giving up on your dreams and your aspirations. And it's just one that will rally everyone together, and you'll leave feeling great and being inspired to never give up and to keep on going. Now, Hayden, I call him the star of the film because he just grabs your heart, and he does such a good job in this film. A little bit about him, who you're about to meet as I roll the tape on that. He's a Chinese-born American actor. He's also blind, as is Kurt's son, I should say. He's not new to being a performer. He's actually sung on stage in his hometown. He's got a couple of siblings of himself. He's taken jiu-jitsu. He enjoys video games and superhero movies like most kids. In fact, he's got a dream. He wants to be one, and I'll talk to him about that one day. He's got his own dream of maybe being in a movie as a superhero. He enjoys trying new foods. He enjoys cooking shows. And someday he'd even like to perhaps help make video games that are a little more accessible to kids who have a disability. So I want you to meet him. I had a great time talking to him, and I know you'll enjoy the time as well. So let me just roll the tape. Enjoy.
All right. Well, I am so excited to be with you, Hayden. There's some movie stars in this movie, but I got to say, you stole the show, buddy.
Thank you.
And so right off the bat, how old are you and what grade are you in?
I'm 11 and I'm in 4th grade.
Oh, that's so awesome. Well, I got to say, when I saw this movie and Kidology, which is my ministry, got a chance to help promote it, and I heard I could interview someone, I said, I want to interview Hayden. Hey, just on a personal note, I had a blind roommate for 3 years in college. I had so much fun. I learned how to write in Braille, and I noticed in your bio, you said you want to play a superhero someday. I got to tell you, my roommate, Tony, he was like a superhero. We used to play hide and go seek in college. And we thought, oh, he'll be easy to hide from because he can't see us, right? So we would all hide around the dorm, and we thought we could just hide in a corner and hold our breath, and he'd walk around, and we would like hold our breath, and he would like pretend to not see us and like go by, and then he'd reach out and go, gotcha. because he could like hear
Because
us.
I think he could hear you guys holding your breath. So
Oh, I know. I swear he heard our heartbeats. And so he was amazing. And I could chat with you a long time, but this interview is not about me and Tony. It's about you. So I want to ask you, how did you get interested in acting, Hayden?
well, I felt like I wanted to do the audition, so I wanted to try it out to see what would happen.
Cool. So you heard about this movie and they needed a boy who was blind, and you said, hey, I can do that. I fit it. But you know what? You got a lot more than that in common. You have the heart, you have the passion, and you nailed it. You hit it out of the park. So when you found out, like when they gave you the call and said you got it, what happened? Like, were you jumping up and down? Were you squealing? What was that like in your house when you got that call?
I was pretty excited, but I don't remember what the actions I was doing whenever I got excited.
What was it like playing Zack Warner? Did you get to meet him and talk to him? And what was that like?
I loved getting to play Zack Warner, and I got to meet him, but it was after the shooting of the movie because he was at the premiere with me. So, and the family and their family.
Well, that's cool. That's so cool. So you obviously got a taste of acting, and I'll bet you want to continue. You know, what's next for you in your this new career you have now?
I I would love to be in a superhero film, but I just writers haven't written any role. They've written a few roles, but they haven't written any roles for kids for that I want to be in.
Well, I bet you when they see your abilities and your heart, they might just write a movie that's just for you.
I would love to be in a Marvel film.
Yeah, I bet you'd be good at that too, and you could have a spidey sense or some kind of super sense. Well, people are seeing this movie; they're being inspired by it. It's definitely touches the hearts of people, and not just Kurt's adventure, but everybody in that film. It's just such a movie of hope and inspiration, and not to give up on your dreams and to trust God during hard times. You know, what are you hoping that people would be inspired by that movie or to get out of that movie?
Well, I think that people can accomplish their dreams if they go, even though it's tough, they can still accomplish their dreams.
They can. What are some of your dreams?
I haven't thought about that many dreams of. I want to be in a superhero movie. That's the only dream I've been thinking of right now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Any other dreams?
Well, and part of pursuing our dreams.
And playing, and I want to make video games more accessible.
Oh, you like video games. So what are some of the video games that you enjoy?
I love Super Smash Bros.
Oh, that's fun.
I haven't attended Switch.
So I read in your bio that you enjoy video games and you want to make video games that are accessible to people who are impaired. What does that look like? Like, how do you play video games when you can't see the screen? Describe what that looks like. That's fascinating.
It's like I have to listen to the sound effects and headphones. Whenever you plug them in, it kind of tells you where you are in the game. Like if you're on the right side, it sounds like you're on the right side and on the headphones, but it's like I have to listen to the sound effects to see where I'm going and what I have to do sometimes.
Oh, that's fascinating. Is that through Xbox or PlayStation, or are those on the computer?
It's on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, it's on the Nintendo Switch. That's fascinating. So they have some games that you can play, and you'd like to see them develop more of those.
There's not really that many games I can play without someone who's sighted with me.
Kind of giving you some tips and advice. So you'd like to see them obviously develop more, and maybe you can be a consultant to give some advice and help develop more of those. There's definitely lots of kids like you that need those games, and maybe you can help bring awareness to that.
Yeah, I really want to help.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be pretty cool. Well, what's your favorite subject in school?
My three favorite subjects are science, math, and social studies.
Oh, that's awesome. And what's your favorite thing to do outside of school?
Well, I love playing with my brothers and sisters.
That's cool. So what do you guys play?
Just like make believe, like Pokemon and all of those make believe games. Sometimes we start chasing each other. My brother likes laughs whenever we start. I'd sometimes tickle. It's just very fun getting to play with my siblings.
Yeah, and make believe, that's a type of acting. So you've gotten some practice acting just with your make believe at your house as well. So that's pretty cool. So so you got to be in this movie. What was it like to meet some of these actors that are well known and have done a lot of movies? Was it pretty cool getting to meet them?
I thought it was really cool getting to meet them. They were both very nice.
Did they give you any acting tips?
I'm not very I don't remember if they did or not.
You probably didn't need any tips. You were probably such a natural.
Well, my mom taught me.
So your mom was your acting coach. So much for movie stars. Your mom was your coach. That's pretty cool. So here you are, 11 years old. You've been in your first movie, and the phone's ringing off the hook. You're doing lots of interviews and helping to promote the movie. That's pretty awesome. You did a great job in the movie. You got to drive a tractor, and that was so cool. And you actually were driving that thing, weren't you?
Yeah, I was technically. There was a band on it, so.
Oh, well, don't give away the movie scene.
Sorry. Me too.
No, I'm just teasing you. But that was a really cool scene in the movie. He kept wanting to drive, and then he got to drive it, and that was pretty cool. So did you get home and say, "Mom, I want a tractor"?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, you maybe
I got a Nintendo Switch whenever I was in the state that it was shooting, so.
That's so cool. Well, I'm glad to get to meet you and get to talk to you, and I'll be watching your career, and someday when you're in a Marvel movie as a superhero, I'm going to say, hey, I met this guy when he was 11 years old, and I got to interview him way back at the beginning of his career. I know God's got great things for you, and whether it's acting, whether it's creating video games for the visually impaired, I just know God's going to use you, Hayden, in some amazing ways, because you've got a heart to serve others and to make a difference in the world. And you're a go-getter. You know, one of the things I loved about Tony, my blind roommate, is that nothing could stop him. And we used to, if somebody shared a prayer request with him, he would just stop and pray. And sometimes we'd be like, Tony, this isn't the right setting. You're like, we're in the cafeteria or we're in the hallway, you know, and he would just start, Lord, I lift up Carl to you. And he's struggling with some, and I'd be like, Tony. And then I realized, you know what? He's not the handicapped one. We are, because sometimes we're impaired by our sight because we think we have to be in the right setting to pray. And he taught me, no, you can pray anywhere, anytime. The setting doesn't matter. If there's a need, just stop.
I am during school sometimes, so.
Yeah. What's that?
I sometimes hum some songs during school.
Absolutely. So cool. Well, hey, is there any last thing that for my millions of viewers, okay, I don't have millions of viewers, you do, but is there one last thing that you would like to just say to those that are watching this podcast, just an encouragement to them? This is your chance as we wrap this up.
Don't ever give up on your dreams.
Amen. Amen. That's the point of the movie. And more importantly, just coming from you, a kid full of dreams that's seeing a dream come true. Don't give up on your dreams. Well, thank you so much for giving me this time today. I'm going to pass this out. My podcast goes to children's pastors all over America and around the world, and they are inspiring kids. And so they are going to enjoy hearing from you and passing your message on to the kids that they minister to. So thank you so much for spending this little time with me today.
You're welcome.
I'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. What a great kid. I know God's got a great future for him, and I'm going to be able to say I met him when he was a little kid, and when he started his very first movie. What a great treat that was to hear from him, and what a great message he has. You know, we often hear it said there needs to be more good, wholesome family entertainment. Well, if we want to see more great films like this, we got to support them, and the way we support them is with our feet and with our wallets by going and supporting these films so that we can have more like this. So please do go see it in theaters if it's by you. Do the streaming, buy the DVD so there can be more films like this. But most importantly, don't forget Hayden's message to you: never give up on your dreams. See you next time.